first time watching this video, my name is Ashley, and this is my show and tell. All my social links are going to be down below in the description box, and if you are always my viewer, thank you for watching and staying with my madness. Yes, I'm trying not to say that word, and I will try harder as I think everything through. This week, I don't have a lot of things to show you guys. You know that I usually do not post or have a script or anything like that. Usually I go with the flow, and that's how it happens. Some other podcasts might have some more instructions and stuff like that, but I usually don't. Instructions and stuff like that. Yes. But hey, how has it been your week? I hope it has been good. I missed recording last Sunday. It was my bad. You totally forgot that I needed to record, and anyways, I did not have a lot of things. So yes, it was totally my bad. When I remembered, I was like, oops, I needed to make a video. But I hope you guys are having an amazing week, and you guys are totally fine, and you had a lot of fun crafting. I hope you like my background now. What? No, the other side. No, this side. There. That one. That one. It's hard to point it. But yeah, I hope you like the sign I made. Look, I pointed without wanting to. I hope you like the sign I made and the little pom-pom things. So that one is my FO right there. That pom-pom tassel thing or banner. That's my first FO. So yes, I finished that. I was going to buy it at Target. It was, I think, $5, and I said, you shouldn't buy it. You have enough yarn that you can make your own pom-poms. You have pom-pom makers. You can make your own pom-poms and make an I-cord string, so you can. I did not sew them. I tie them in with a knot. So if you have scraps and you feel like doing a little banner with them, you can. They were all different. I think the Target one had only green, purple, yellow, orange. Did it say pink? Pink and red, if I didn't say pink. But yes. And I used a cotton yarn, a mercerized cotton yarn for the I-cord, which I use my little I-cord machine that they sell at Joann's. I think they still do sell that at Joann's. So I use that. And then I use my pom-pom makers, the medium size. My pom-pom makers are the ones that are flat. I use this pom-pom maker, which is the medium size, which is flat. You put the tail here, and then you roll it around until the circle is full of yarn, and then you cut it off. This, as it was for decor, I tied it up with the same yarn. Usually I use embroidery floss, because you can tie it really strongly and your pom-pom is not going to be undone if it's for a hat. And what else? Really strongly, and it's not going to be undone if you're washing the washing machine, or kids are not going to destroy it. Yeah. And usually to attach a pom-pom to your hat, I like this one. This one is pretty non-wobbly. I go through it a few times sewing it in, because sometimes you end up with wobbly pom-poms. But if you sew it through a few times, nobody's going to notice that you sewed in the pom-pom. And sew it back to the hat and sew it back like a few 4 or 5 times, and try to attach it on every corner, like once here, once in the other edge. Imagine it was a diamond shape. Just put a diamond shape in that circle. circles don't have edges, but you can just imaginary put 4 stitches like a diamond shape, and yeah, and try to make it so that way it doesn't shake, and always put one in the center of the pom-pom. That's my tip for attaching a pom-pom. But yes, those ones are just tied in there. I use cotton yarn, which I think you can use any DK or DK acrylic yarn, and all those are scraps, Red Heart, loops and threads, all the scraps I have. So if you have a bunch of scraps and you don't like to make blankets, you can make a banner. I gave you a tip there, because I do not like to make blankets at all. And I'm sorry, last week I said a lot of ums, and I'm trying to avoid those because they're a little annoying, even for me when I'm editing the videos. So yes. So I did that, a banner. It might be a little crooked, but it says, do what you love, as I always tell you guys. I have new things, and I am actually going to move back downstairs. It's going to be a different room from the one I had in my previous videos, because the people who live downstairs are moving. Yes. So yeah. And yeah, I'm gonna have a room that's gonna have a window facing where the sun comes out, so I will have a better lighting situation. Right now the day is kind of gray, and this room's window is facing a house, so there's not a lot of light until 4:30-ish or 3:30-ish, kind of, in the afternoon. So yeah, not a good situation to record, but hey. Now let's get on to some knitting things here. I'm going to show you my work in progress, because I did show you this last time. So I entered this in the Cold Shoulder Cow, which is by the Legacy Knits podcast. Yeah, Legacy Knit podcast, and I totally didn't finish it. And it's for today. So today is the last day of that podcast, because I'm recording the 31st, which I usually don't say the date. But yes, I'm recording the 31st, but you're going to see this on Sunday. Yes. Whenever I have time, I have to record and then I put it Sunday. Sorry. But yes, I usually don't say the dates. Well, that's why. But yes, this is the Tide Pool Shawl by Hue Loco. And I think I am using the Neighborhood Company yarn. That's what it's called. I do not know the color, but you can go to my last video, which I say the color of it, because I do not know it, and I don't know where to put the tag, so I might not include it in the video. But yes, it rolls off because it's mostly stuck in it, and it has eyelets on it. And now I'm almost done with the 4th repeat of the pattern. Ooh, this is difficult. Hold on. And I'm going to finish that, and then it says to do 1 more repeat, and then start the lace, which I'm going to change to a Cascade brown color that I have, and put some beads in there, because it does have browns, and I do like this. And this is the shawl I'm going to enter. I haven't even finished this one. This is the shawl I'm going to enter in what is it? County Fair. Yes, there you go, County Fair. So yes, I have all this. I might have enough left to make some socks. $28 yarn. You gotta use it again and again and again. And it's not very soft. I don't know if I told you this last time. This yarn is not very soft. It's very strong. It has no nylon in it. It's 100% merino. But it feels really tough. Really tough. Like, right now that it's knitted, and maybe when I block it, it turns out a little bit softer. But it's not the most softest thing ever in the world. Like, you want to hold your face against it and rest on it and love it eternally. I bought it because I like the color, not because of the feel of the yarn, and I think it's a strong yarn that I can, when I finish that shawl, I can wear it out like with a black dress, and because it's gonna have beads, so it's gonna be really pretty, which I go out so much that I'm gonna wear that with a black dress and look really fancy. Nope, I don't think so. You might see it in one of the walls somewhere in my other room hanging if I win anything. If I don't, anyways, I'm gonna put it there. Yes. So then I have this, which I gave a free class. If you don't know, I work in Michaels, so you should watch my podcast since the beginning. I work in Michaels and I give some free yarn classes and some cupcake decorating classes as well. They usually are the free yarn classes. So this is a double braid scarf. This is yarn that I had here because I just wanted to show them how it was going to be when they finished it. They actually use other yarns from the store. This is some yarn. This is some Red Heart, the really bulky one. And then I have some Red Heart Boutique here. Then I have some Lion Brands Hometown, and this is some Lion Brand Hometown as well, and it has a knot because I use scraps. It's just a practice and a demonstration so they could see sample of what they were gonna make. It was actually really, really pretty. For this, I only did 3 wraps around the hand, around the arm, which was the measurements. As you're supposed to do 6, so I did half. Yeah. So you can wear it like this. Magnificent. It looks really pretty, and you can actually look up. So you need 1 and 2. You need 1 super bulky, so it's a 6. The Unforgettable, that is a 4-ply, but not really. It's kind of like a DK. And then 2 bulkies that are the Heartland from Red Heart. So yes, and you can look up double braids. It's kind of like a macrame technique. It's going to show you how to do a bracelet, but you can do it with yarn, and you're gonna have a beautiful double braided scarf. There. It's pretty. Then. And other finished objects, if you follow me on Instagram, I've been putting pictures of these mittens. They are man mittens. They are done with Peyton's worsted wool, North American worsted wool. I think that's what it's called. So there you can see them. This one is gray with the maroon or burgundy top, and this one is burgundy with the gray tips. Yes. The person I did this for is a coworker of mine, and he bought the yarn, and I helped him choose the yarn he wanted. He wanted 100% wool. I did tell him that he cannot wash these in the machine. They have to be hand washed and dried flat, and they have to be washed very delicately because it's not a super wash wool, so you can felt. So yes. So I did tell him that, and he wanted them both colors. So for me to actually do them in different colors, I did request him to let me do the tips of the fingers in different colors because I could not give him a pair of mittens looking exactly different. They actually have to look like they're a pair, like they go together. So I'm going to show you what I did here. If you can see here, it has some little peaks there. I changed one color, and then the other the regular one color, like that, and I did that for the other one as well. And on the inside, I twisted it because it's mittens. You're gonna put your fingers there. You don't want anything to get caught in there. So yes, usually people don't show you the reverse side of things, but I do because I want you to see how I did it, how it was done. Here I did a oops. I don't think you can notice it because I did a mattress stitch here. I actually did a big gap because I didn't do it correctly, but I fixed it. Nobody can tell I did a mess. So if you do a mess and you did a little error, it's okay. There's a lot of stitches like the duplicate stitch, the mattress stitch, and some other stitches that you can fix it. So don't tell anybody, but I'm telling you so you know. And then the other thing I have done for this week as well. Well, let me show you here because I have to. That's autofocus, but I don't like to use it because that's who I am. So I did. So I did my own labels. It says Ash Knits Designs with a little sheep. I did not any templates. I did it by myself. I kind of guesstimated where I needed the stitches, the size of the label to be. What was the size of the label I needed to have? And I designed it. I had a trials and error, which I printed in paper. And then I got the letter. The first time the letters were not readable. My husband said I had to redo it. Then I added the little sheep. He changed the letters. And there is a tutorial. Go to Happy Berry Crochet. She has a tutorial on exactly how to do the label. The only thing I did different from what she says, and I'm thinking I am going to do something else to these labels, is I put some fusible interfacing on the back. I did not find the fabric fusible interfacing which I was looking for because it's nicer. But I bought the 99-cent fusible interfacing because you want it to be flimsy still. It's fabric and you're going to sew it to a garment and yeah. And the other thing I might do is put some frayed check around the edges, and that I think will keep it really solid because it tends to, even with the interfacing, to fray a little bit. But yes, I have a label on my things, so Ash Knit Designs, it's what it is. It's gonna be my logo thing. I don't sell anything online. I don't think I am going to, but yes. Oh, and the pattern I used for this was The World's Simplest Mittens by Tin Can Knit. I'm going to use that pattern again and do some mittens for my daughter in this. I can't say that name really. This Scharchenmeyer SMC Boston. It is a 30-70, so it's 70% acrylic, 30% wool blend for my daughter. I have 60 yards, and the pattern requires for the super bulky 80 yards, but I'm gonna make it work and see if I can use some other yarn to finish the tips of the fingers or something. I'm gonna do it with what I have because I only have one full of that. My bad. So then I did this with the same Payton's worsted wool. It's not blocked or anything, that's why it's rolling up, and I don't think I'm gonna block it. I'm gonna give it to him just how it is. It's not even tails are out and everything. So this is a pattern I found in one of those Joann things. I did not follow the pattern. I just took the measurements of the stitches, how many I needed to cast on, how I needed to grow it, and then how I needed to reduce it, and then bind off. That's it. Because it has some other interesting things over here, but I didn't do it because it's for a man, and men like simple stuff. I used a really stretchy bind off because it's a cowl, and you want a cowl to fit over your head and stay snug. So I think it's gonna be very cozy. Let me see if I can put it through my hat because my hair is thick. I think it needs some blocking so it will fit nice and comfortable. And he did say he likes his cowls to be looser. I knitted this with 5mm needles. That's my fixed Knit Picks needles. Yes. There, and he has a big beaver, so I think this is gonna be perfect for him. It looks very comfortable. And the mittens, I knit them with my Knit Picks, my new ones. I did magic loops, so I did both at the same time. Because I am not a lazy person, but I have a lot of things to do. And with socks, with baby booties, even crochet baby booties. Oh my god, don't get me started. I hate making the other pair. So if I have an option to magic loop it, I will magic loop it, and I will do both at the same time because that's who I am. Socks, mittens, whatever it is that I can magic loop and not do it again, I will. I don't know, I get so heavy-handed when I have to do another one of the same thing. If it's a hat, I really don't care, but if it's mittens or something like that, and it was my first time knitting some mittens, but I imagine it was the same thing as socks, and I did enjoy them a lot, knitting them 2 at a time. I'm not a very fast knitter, but I try my best to do it as fast as I can. And what I had left of doing the cowl was this, because I used the burgundy color less and the gray more, so I have this. And he told me to keep it, so I have more of this wool in a cream color. I might do a hat randomly, make the brim out of this, start with this, or start with a cream color, then a stripe of this, and keep the rest with this color, and make the beautiful cute hat. 100% wool hat. The other thing, it was not a purchase, guys, because I've been a very, very good girl. I have not purchased any yarn at all. And I finished January without buying yarn. You for me. And if you're in the same bandwagon as me, stay strong. If you save up money, you are going to get whatever you want, and that is for sure. So I returned some of the Caron cake. It was the orange and purple and yellow colorway. I don't remember the name of it, but I know I did return it to the store and got this one that they got. This one is one of the new colorways, and it is called Mixed Berries. Guys, it's beautiful. I just saw it and I was like, I returned 3 cakes of that color, and I got these 2. And I got these 2 cakes. They are really, really pretty, vibrant, just like they're showing up in the camera. That's how they are in real life. Very vibrant, very nice and pretty. I think the purple is the only one that's washing out here a little bit. It's more of a lavender purple, but it is really pretty. So I returned 3 of those cakes, and I got 2 of these. I had some left. The other thing I returned was my Knit Quick machine, which is by Loops and Threads. I returned it yesterday. Yes, and I got $29 back. because I think I used a 60% off coupon, something like that. Because Margaret Molander posted a video here in her sheepishly sharing. I don't think it was sheepishly sharing, but she did a short video which she showed you the problem that the machine had after 6 months. I have not used it. I used it like to try it out. It didn't convince me anyways. I didn't like it that much. I prefer to knit with my hands, even though that would have been much faster. But it didn't work. So I actually returned it. My boss was there, so he actually asked me why I was returning it. So I had to tell him why, because it didn't work as I planned it would. He was like, oh, okay. And I returned it. Got $29 back that I used to buy some fabric and stuff like that. Because I'm planning to make some mittens with some beads in them with wool roving. They are fuzzy on the inside and they look really cute on the outside. And they're for me because my hands are ice all the time, guys. And I have told you this, I think, a few times before. But my hands are ice all the time, 24/7. And when winter comes, it's worse. I can't be outside too much when it's cold because my hands freeze up. Like, seriously. My fingers turn into little ice cubes and they start hurting. My feet are the same thing, but I always have socks on my feet and boots. But with my hands, the mittens I have, the gloves I have are the cheap dollar ones, and they are not very warm. So I'm thinking I'm going to make black or red mittens in wool, and then put that wool roving in them, so I can have really, really nice warm hands for winter, because I can't stand my hands, dude. It hurts. It hurts a lot. So if you have some yarn that you think you don't like it, you bought it recently, you can exchange it. You don't have the receipt, you can exchange it without a receipt. Just remember that Michaels has that reward thing, and if you use your rewards number, it's still there, and you can exchange it. Not that I'm promoting anything, but it's a really good thing because I did not have receipt for that yarn or the receipt for the knitting machine, and it returned my money because I put my number in there. Because if you are doing a non-receipt transaction, it will give you the money for the sale that is going on now. So if it's lower, you're gonna get less money. And then I bought these at Michael's as well. These are the Pilot Friction. This one is the highlighter, and this one is the pen. And they remove by friction. This one has it on the bottom, and this one has it on the top. You actually can highlight anything. I did a little video on Instagram. You can highlight any pattern and you can erase it. This one comes in 3 colors and it's $7.99. The pens, the black pens, are $5.99. I think the set of 3 different colors is $7.99 or $11.99, something like that. They're very expensive, but you can use a coupon on them, so it's good. I used a coupon and I got them very cheap. I think it was a 50% off coupon for each. I used each pack, and I love them, guys, because right now, you know that some patterns have different sizes and you get confused, so you actually have to mark them. But next time that you're going to do a different size, that marking is already there. Or if you mark them the wrong way, you can print them again, yes, but you will be wasting paper, wasting ink, and everything. And why would you do that if you already have the pattern? So this saves you a lot of paper, ink, and trees, because you can erase it. If you marked, if you highlighted something, and it's not the right size, you can just rub this and it will be gone. And as well as this, if you write some notes, usually I don't like to erase my notes, but sometimes I like to circle some stages of my pattern to know where I am, or write some stuff on it. And I am very horrible writing with pen because I always make 100 mistakes and then I can't erase them. So with this you can, and I love them. I think it's a good buy. Even if you buy the highlighter instead of the pens, you should. I think you can, and I think you can even write on fabric. I saw a video that a lady was writing on fabric with the pen, marking the fabric, and then she said when you iron it, it's gone. So the heat of the friction is the thing that erases the ink. Good to know. And what else? So in my story things that I tell you, I was planning to do a craft show. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I am going to participate in the farmers market, which I have to get cracking, which I am not doing anything, which I have to create stuff. I have to get these hands into movement and create stuff and make some stuff. But I think after people have moved out of my house, my creative juices are gonna start flowing again, and I'm going to get motivated. And yes, because right now I'm having a lot of something in my boob. I'm having a lot of tension and a little bit of stress and stuff like that. But I think it's gonna be better. And I am really excited of doing the farmers market. I think I have to pay $100 to be in there. I have to buy my table, obviously. But I think it would be a good thing for me, which I create a lot of things, and I like to craft. Now I have my own labels, which everything I craft, I can put a little label unless they're stuffies, which I'm gonna put a little paper label. Anyways, all of them are gonna have paper labels so they know the price, and I am very excited about that, and I'm super happy. In other things, I want a pattern from Give Me Your 418 or Erin, which was donated by Lisa, which is, I forget her podcast. With the Yarn Will Travel, I think that's her podcast, or Yarn Yenta in Instagram, and I think as well on Ravelry. It was donated by her, and I want it, and I got the Mia hat, which it has a braid, and then it has rows of stockinette and ribbon, and it's really cute. I want to knit that hat for myself. And if you watch her channel, you should know that all her patterns all the money made out of her patterns are gonna be donated to her nephew Seth. He has some cancerous tumors in his brain, and all of her money is going towards that. And I know the feeling of having somebody you love going through that, and it's not very nice. And she's doing the most nicest thing in the world to donate all her money of her shops, both of them Etsy and Ravelry patterns, to her nephew for his medical procedures. So if you feel inclined, I believe she is Give Me Yarn 418 as well in Ravelry. And she has an Etsy store, which I don't know the name right now, but you can look her up here on YouTube as Give Me Yarn 418. And she'll have all the links to her shops there, and you can go and buy something and donate that, and you know that money is going to a good cause. So that is all I have to say to you this morning, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week. And I hope to see you next time. So as always, remember, do what you love. Bye.